welcome to all of you. It's great to have you here as we spend this time together in meditation, in quiet, and balance. As we just set aside a little bit of time in the midst of our journey, in the midst of our day. It is the Lenten season, so that is a time where we just in general as Christians set aside more time for thought and prayer, dialogue with God and with ourselves. And I hope that this time of meditation will help you to do that. We are practicing in the evening. For those of you who are with us live stream, good evening. Thanks for being here. But you're obviously welcome to engage this at any point in time. So I don't want to choose my language to make it as if you have to meditate in the evening, because you don't. This is just when the session is taking place. So thank you for being part of it. Thank you for investing the time in yourself. Investing the time in yourself to grow and learn and take these opportunities. And while we do this together, it is truly a joy that each of us can have this caliber and capability. So thank you for coming out. Thank you for being part of what we're doing and part of who we are. So I would encourage you to find yourself a comfortable position. Laying down, sitting in a chair, repose on a couch, whatever is comfortable for you. You want to make sure that your body is comfortable so that you're allowed to open up your mind. If your body is uncomfortable, then your mind will go to the point of uncomfort. And we're going to find points of uncomfort. That's what happens when we meditate. But I don't want your body to be that point of uncomfort. I want your mind to allow yourself to enter into places of uncomfort. So find a comfortable position for your body, whatever that would look like. And if you need to move in the midst of meditation, either you're meditating with with someone you care about, or you're meditating by yourself, so you're not going to interrupt anybody. But again, if your body starts to become uncomfortable, you want to move so that you don't find places of uncomfort that then will detract from your practice. So a number of things I want to get through. I want to make sure I get through them in an appropriate order. Not that there really is an appropriate order, but anyway, if you have a cell phone, I would encourage you to turn it off or silence it, put it in the other room. Make this time about yourself. Make this time about you. So set this time aside. Cell phones are wonderful. They really, truly are. They connect us to the world, but they can also distract us in a lot of ways. Not only in gaming and apps and social media platforms, but also in that when we're investing time in ourselves, if the phone rings or you get a notification, then that ringing or that notification is going to interrupt your agenda. So allow this time to be yours. Allow this time to be present for you. So turn your phone off. If you need to have it on, then put it out of the way, unless you absolutely need it. I'm a very tactile person, so I use prayer beads. They help me to focus because I don't have to try to figure out what to do with my hands in the process of meditation. So you can use anything, a pen, a pencil, a golf ball, anything that you can really kind of like hold on to and fidget with. That's why fidget, I'm not sure if you're familiar with fidget tools. I have one in one of my bags. I don't have it with me, I'm sorry, but fidget tools, fidget spinners and fidget balls they're so popular because we as people fidget. We don't often know what to do with our hands. It's just a thing for us humans. We don't know what to do with our hands. So you can use prayer beads, something like that. I also encourage you to have a piece of paper and a pencil so you can jot down notes. Oftentimes when we open our mind, when we start to meditate, we remember things that we forgot. And as we do that, then we want to be able to jot them down so that we don't have to remember them, so we can allow our minds to be free and open. So those are the processes of meditation itself. I invite you into this process. So what we're going to do, we're going to spend a few minutes just in silence. I would encourage you to enter into this silence. Silence for a lot of people is difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter into a time of silence. And it's going to be a prolonged time of silence, but that's what I want. I want you to breathe through the uncomfort. So if you're in silence and you're starting to feel a little fidgety or uncomfortable, just breathe in. Just breathe in and welcome it. Envision yourself wrapping silence around you like a nice warm blanket. Just breathe in and welcome the silence. And then When I feel we're ready, I'll move us into some breathing exercises and some relaxation exercises. But really kind of bring the meditation into ourselves. But first, we're just going to enter into a time of breathing. So I invite you now to enter into that time of breath. Enter into that time when you can just go ahead and breathe it out and just dwell on the silence of the moment. I want you to enter into this silence, and then I'll bring us into focused breathing. So just sit and be quiet for a few minutes and experience the silence around you. So let's begin to bring some awareness to our breathing. Our breath is our core, our center. Our breath is always in the moment, the right now. So bring a gentle and loving awareness to your intake of air. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. Breathing is one of the few functions that we both have control over and will happen automatically. We will breathe whether we focus on it or not. Our body just naturally does that. And at the same time, we can control our breathing. We can bring balance to it. We can increase it or decrease it. So we both have control over it, and yet it happens automatically. I don't want you to try to control your breathing right now. Just be aware of it. Bring it into your conscious mind. Our breath is always now, here. Our body always exists in the now, the present. Our brain wants to spend time either in the past or the future, which leads to guilt, shame, depression if we dwell on the past, anxiety, worry, fear in the future. When we come back to our bodies, when we come back to our present moment, our body grounds us, it roots us in the now. So we breathe in. And we breathe out. And we breathe in. And we breathe out. Breath in and breath out. Our breath is never in the past or the future. It's always in this present moment. And as we dwell more deeply in this session of meditation, we look to dwell in this moment, in the now, the here. So we breathe in and out. In and out. We embrace this present moment, this time, place. We begin to become more aware of our bodies as they are in the chair, or the cushion, or the mat. We welcome the awareness of our bodies. And we breathe in and we breathe out. As we become aware, excuse me, of our presence, our moment, we begin to sense the energies of the past, those regrets, disappointments, hurts, pains. We sense them in and around us. Our mind wants to run back to them. We can feel the pull to go back to those places, to re-examine or overthink or process again, to dwell in those hurts, guilts, shames. As we breathe in and breathe out, we gently and lovingly release those energies. As we exhale the toxins from our body, we give ourselves permission to exhale those energies. We don't forget the moments. We just remember that they were moments in a time that is not now. And so we are not required to feel guilt or shame over something that has happened. We breathe in, and we breathe out. And we begin to feel a weight lifted from our shoulders. We begin to allow forgiveness, release, hope to dwell inside of us. We breathe in, we breathe out. We can look back in our past and we can see and we know. But they're memories. We're not required to feel. Just remember. And we breathe in. We breathe out. And as we dwell more fully in our seats, in our bodies, we become aware of the tug of the energy pulling us forward into the future. Thinking about and dwelling on things that have yet to be. Seeing anxiety, worry, fear begin to creep in. Begin to take root, take hold. Breathe in. And as we breathe out, we release ourselves from that energy. We acknowledge that there are things to come. But we release the power of that energy. We see what is to come. We acknowledge there are things that will be after this. But we stay in this moment. We breathe into it. We release it out. We feel our bodies dwell more fully into our seats, into our present. And we breathe in and out. With each breath, we are brought back to the moment, to the now. And with each exhale, we envision breathing out those things that want to draw us away. We breathe in. We breathe out. As we are here, we acknowledge the season of Lent. As we breathe, we acknowledge our journey in the wilderness. And we do so by dwelling on the question, what am I called to focus on in this season? I invite you in this present moment to open up your thoughts and your mind and allow that question to dwell in and around you. What am I called to focus on in this season? Breathe in and breathe out. God calling me to focus on this season? When we allow ourselves to empty our minds, let our thoughts flow freely, we give ourselves the capability of asking the deeper questions. I hope in this short, quiet time that we've been able to spend together this evening, you were offered the opportunity to ask and dwell with yourself and with those questions. I certainly would encourage you to carry on your meditation practice. Welcome those moments of quiet breath, turning away from that which pulls us back or pulls us forward. Give yourself those moments to be able to just dwell and be. Blessings be upon you tonight as you continue your time together, as you continue the work and the process. I hope that you'll find peace and blessing in it. Tomorrow evening we will gather for our Lenten midweeks soup and fellowship at 6 and worship at 7. So I invite you to come out for that as well. We have Noontime Eucharist tomorrow if you're available. Welcome for that as well. Be well and blessed tonight. I hope that you have peace and prosperity, rest and relaxation until we have the opportunity to meet again.